SDAIE stands for Specifically Designed Academic Instruction in English and incorporates activities that are strategically teaching students in our classroom today. There are many different SDAIE strategies that engage students and emphasize collaborative learning, using visuals, and incorporating physical activities in our instruction. Although SDAIE strategies are beneficial for all students, it is a great way to involve English language learners to further develop their English language proficiency and acquisition. I'm going to focus in on one useful SDAIE strategy, Venn diagrams, and how it can be used in any classroom regardless of grade or level, and how it actually fits into a wide range of content areas such as PE and health and science, history, even economics. And I'm also going to show you how it might work for an English classroom at the high school level. Venn diagrams are a type of graphic organizer that encourages students to see information as a component of systems rather than just isolated facts. It is a great way to kind of start building student schema. Venn diagrams use the interlocking of circles to depict similarities, and the differences between the two are kind of shown by the opposite ends of the circle. This is not just a compare contrast activity, but it is a way for students to actually learn how to classify and organize key information being learned in the class. This seemingly simple activity does require a high level of thinking that even your English language learners can participate in, and maybe even show their competency of a particular subject or theme or idea. Venn diagrams also encourage English language learners to naturally develop key academic vocabulary of words such as distinguish, classify, describe, contrast, group, differentiate. I'm going to walk you through how you might be able to use a Venn diagram in a high school English class for either maybe the 8th grade level or the 9th grade level regarding Fahrenheit 451 and the characters in the book. So we have 3 characters here. There's Mildred. She is consumed with technology, doesn't really know what's going on in society, is kind of just full of consumed with this idea of technology. Then there's Clarice. She is young and asks questions. And then there's Faber, the professor in hiding. And each of these are very distinguishable characteristics of these 3 characters. Now I'm going to show you how we might be able to find similarities between the different characters. Now that we've kind of seen and kind of discussed on how these characters are distinct, it's important to finish the graphic organizer in this Venn diagram on seeing how they are similar. The characters are similar kind of throughout. So Mildred and Clarice, they are similar in the book because they are periodically involved in Montag's life. And so this would go here because these circles are overlapping. And then we move down here to this overlapping circle, and we see how we need to find a comparison between Clarice and Faber. And the comparison that I found between the two is that they both are seeking information and knowledge in their society in some capacity. And then lastly, between these 2 circles, this purple and this red, Mildred and Faber, the connection between Mildred and Faber is that they're both scared of how society and government will respond to their actions. And so they both kind of take this interesting approach, but they're consumed by what others will think of them. And to finish this Venn diagram, it's important to see the center idea, which is how these things are similar. So we've already kind of talked about how they're different and how there's some conjoining factors, but we need to focus in on what makes them all the same. And all 3 characters have this huge impact on Montag, which is why that is in the center of this Venn diagram. So Venn diagrams are a great way to kind of have students compare and contrast ideas, and it's really stretching them to think about a story or about a theme or a concept in a way that they might not have been familiar with before or thought about in that way before. And so students can complete a Venn diagram in a variety of different ways depending on their English language proficiency level. This could have students write a word or 2, maybe draw pictures in these circles instead. They can write simple phrases, or maybe you can even have them write complex full sentences if that is where they're at in their language proficiency. And in some circumstances, you may even consider having the student complete the Venn diagram in their primary language. These Venn diagrams can also be used in a collaborative way and can be completed in pairs, small groups, or as a class activity. Venn diagrams are an effective teaching strategy for you and your ELL students in your classroom to process, organize, and classify important information to your content area. Because it can be used in a variety of different ways and in all content areas, I encourage you to consider how and if a Venn diagram can reach the students in your classroom and specifically connect with your English language learners.